Let's move on to Mr. Unlimited.
No, we was having a great discussion about him.
I think this one is going to be controversial.
This might be the hardest one.
Hey man, put that nigga in Zach Wilson.
No, I disagree. I haven't been good. I think
What
Sean
the
Payton is
fuck?
going to All I'm asking is this. Danny gave a history of Deshaun Watson, did he not?
I sure did.
Deshaun Watson is a very decorated NFL player, right? As he said, he was getting conversations to Pat Mahomes. All I'm saying is, prior to last season, Russell Wilson was always a top 5, minimum top 8 quarterback, Super Bowl champion. I think he's won an MVP, right? Or am I tripping?
He's never won. He got close.
Never won an MVP. Always been in conversations though.
Yeah, he's
and after 1 year where Nathaniel Hackett was his coach, we're gonna put him in mid, maybe whatever quarterback tier he is. But I personally think Broncos are trying to win now. They brought a win now head coach who has always had a decorated career with short quarterbacks, with good quarterbacks. I think he gets revived, and I think he has a good season. I'm putting him in good.
I'm not gonna put him in good because of what I saw last year. It was so bad. Deshaun in his 6 games didn't look as bad as Russell Wilson did. He didn't even look that bad.
But he also didn't have Nathaniel Hackett coaching him. He also had Nick Chubb. He also had Nick Chubb, a good offensive line, Amari Cooper, and David Njoku. Where Russ had a horrible offensive line that's reconstructed. Javonte Williams went down with an injury. Cortland Sutton is trash, and I expect them to finally feed Judy, which they should have been doing. They should have been feeding Judy all along.
For real. No, they tried to feed him.
You look at the end of the season when Russell Wilson, the few games that they played without Nathaniel Hackett.
He had a great game. Hear that shit, bro. They played 3 games without Nathaniel Hackett. Or they played 2 games without. No, they played 3 games without Nathaniel Hackett, right? It was 2 against the Chiefs and the fucking
Chargers.
And the Chargers. Both of those teams wasn't even trying when they played.
No, Chiefs were trying.
What the fuck they were?
Dibo Chiefs were trying, and he played good. Chargers were trying in the first half. They literally had all their starters in.
They tried until Matt.
And then they realized that they were going to lose, and then they took all their starters out.
They tried until Mike Williams broke his back, and then they pulled everyone.
Yeah.
And that was like the 3rd play of the game.
That was the first half. I was at the game, bro. I was at the game. Herbert didn't get taken out.
That is a horrible way to spend your Sunday watching the Broncos game.
That is a horrible way.
Herbert didn't go out of the game until the 4th quarter.
What the fuck? What the hell was he doing?
I promise you. Because I remember when Chase Daniels went in, we left. The greatest backup quarterback of all time, by the way.
How much did you spend on the ticket? That's a waste of money.
It was not that much. It was the last game of the year, and we sat pretty far.
And they were trash.
And they were trash. It was a no-show from a lot of fans. Our section was pretty empty.
Damn. All right.
But I'm putting I'm putting Russ in the good tier.
No.
You know what? I think that maybe I was sleeping on Sean Payton because when Sean Payton got Drew Brees was a broken quarterback from San Diego who was looking like a complete and utter buffoon. So, and he basically revived him into turning into a Hall of Famer. Russ, the talent is there. Let's not sugarcoat it. He was a little bit on the heftier side last season.
A little bit.
I think that did hurt him.
It did.
And streets are saying that he's like cut 15 or 20 pounds. And
he beat from the future, so he had to.
He's got to do what he's got to do. Hey, unpopular opinion, bro. But Russell Wilson, he participates in organized violence, like for like a long, like he participates in that shit 7 days a week for like the full year, really.
Mm-hmm.
He low key might beat Future ass, bro. Like, I'm not gonna sit here. He might beat Future ass.
All right,
you got to stop talking crazy about Mr. Unlimited before you pull up and give him the beats, bro.
Yeah, bro. When we look at the actual tape, Future's like 6'2", and Russ is like 6 foot 5'11".
But has Future ever shown us that he has any athletic capability?
No.
Okay.
I'm taking Russ. I'm taking Russ in a fight.
In an 8-round boxing match, I'd take Russ. This dude Future be taking drugs. At you 45 taking drugs every day. I know that he's not keeping up with Russ.
Well, doesn't Future have that iconic pic of him sipping on lean too?
Bro, which one?
Exactly.
Which one? Bro, he made a song called Perky's Calling, bro. I don't think he
shout out Future. We're talking about a legend right there. But
yeah, he's a legend.
Russ might beat his ass.
No.
But let's get back to the
Russ
topic
might eat
at
his
hand.
ass.
I think we'll throw if we throw Russ in good, it has to be like
behind Tua.
it has to be every single other QB we put in good. Russ has to be behind them.
Maybe not. Maybe not every single QB.
Because I'm looking at this list, I don't see many others that he's better than that we could possibly put in good.
No, that's why we should put him in the mid tier.
Nah,
Let's put him in mid
I
for
don't.
now.
I promise you, Russ is gonna be good next year.
If you look at the picks he threw last year, most of them were his fault.
Most of them were terrible. You know what? Throw him in good behind Tua, and then we'll discuss that. That's the new talking point now, is if you're better than Russell Wilson.
I think Russ is bound to have a bounce back year. I really do.
Nah.
I think it could happen.
I
can
think
go
this is
either
a
way.
Chiefs fan hating as well.
How am I hating?
It can go either way for the Broncos. They could have Russ be like good and they'll win 9 games, or they can have Russ be terrible and they'll win like 4 games.
I'm also predicting that the Broncos make a wild card spot. So my predictions have a lot riding on Russ.
They can get the wild card with 9 wins, I think. It would be like a nasty 9 wins, but they could do it.
I don't know. The AFC has way too many teams that could compete for that wild card.
Bro,
we said this last year, and then like teams have like inevitably fall out.
Yeah.
Injuries, stuff like that. Yeah. But on paper. Because the Jets will enter the race. The Browns will enter the race.
On paper.
The Titans low-key might be in the race. Just because they should get 4 guaranteed wins because of their division.
Bro,
that's fair.
Mike Vrabel voodoo magic is real, bro. Like that team, wasn't that team? They were 7-3 at one point last season.
We played the Titans early this year, and I wouldn't be surprised if they kick our ass.
The Titans only made playoffs last year if Tannehill didn't get hurt.
I agree with that statement
because they were in a win or go home game with the Jaguars, and they had Josh Dobbs like losing the last like 3 or 4 games before that.
Yeah, like they were 7-3 before they went on a 7-game losing streak at the end of the season.
I can agree with that statement, Matthew. It's not ridiculous to say.
All right.